You've been told once, you've been told 11 times. You do not mess with a woman that's scorned. Let's get into it.
A new report claims First Lady Jill Biden is seeking revenge for Democrats' poor treatment of President Biden. From the coup to take Biden out of the presidential race to the backlash over son Hunter's pardon, the First Lady is reportedly urging President Biden to, quote, settle the score with several one-time allies. Quote, Jill views Democrats on Capitol Hill, the wider party, the Obamas, staff inside and outside the White House, the media, and all of Washington, D.C. with such misguided resentment that I can't imagine she isn't encouraging Joe to burn the whole thing down despite his better judgment. Yowza.
I can see it because y'all remember that Joe Biden thought he could run again for president. We all saw that his mental health was declining a couple years back. And once this happens, it's not going to get better. You're not going to be able to reverse it. I don't care what kind of insurance you got. But he persisted on running. Uh, Hell, let's even rewind. I think Jill Biden didn't even want Kamala Harris to be his vice president, but the Democratic Party insisted if he wanted a black vote, he had to give him a black woman, and somehow he chose her over actual FBA people in this country, which let you know they feel if push comes to shove, black folk ain't gonna be president, not American black folk. But yeah, she didn't want Kamala Harris to be vice president, and then they pushed Joe Biden out of this race, and he didn't want to do it. Everybody knows he didn't want to do it. Jill Biden wasn't happy about that. Joe Biden wasn't happy about that, and that's when everything started to tumble for the Democratic Party. So I get it. I mean, shoot, I've said I know. Like I said, when a woman is upset and she's vengeance and she got you see the movie, you see the soap operas. I mean, shoot, when they are upset and they got a plan, oh, they're gonna carry that. They're gonna make sure they destroy you. They will burn the house down in order to prove a point, right or wrong. That's why a lot of men say when you argue or got disagreement with a woman, they're always right. People say, oh, that's just henpecked. You know what I'm saying? You don't let no woman say this or do that. You know what I'm saying? She wrong. You call out on it. You give advice. You say what you got to say. And then you move on. Don't go back and forth because you ain't going to win, even if you do. You say you can't lose for losing.
Michelle?
It makes you wonder if Jill planted some butter or grease on those steps that Nancy Pelosi recently slipped on.
Oh.
Like if she got there first and sort of oiled the steps so that Nancy might fall and break her hip.
If Joe Biden's mentality is declining, how in the world did he come up with, hey, it's all of a sudden want to pass a bill to where people in Congress can't hold stock, can't trade stocks while they're in Congress? It's just not right because he knows that there is some insider trading going on, been going on with his allies. But then once his allies turned on him in the way that they did it, now he's like, the hell with all y'all. I'm finna take all y'all down. I believe that it was his wife, even with the pardon of his son, Hunter. I think, I'm gonna say this. I truly believe Joe Biden did not want, well, I'm gonna say this, not want to. I feel he wasn't gonna pardon his son. Wasn't gonna do it because he was gonna be the bigger man, be the bigger party, do the right thing. If your son's committed a crime, no matter how you feel it coming at him, you got to do the time. If he wouldn't have done the time, if he wouldn't have did the crime, you have to worry about it. He wouldn't be in this predicament. You see what I'm saying? So you just opened yourself up for Pandora's box. But I feel, and I've said that if people don't believe that he changed his mind the last second of a Thanksgiving, I said I think he did, and I said I know the one person who made him do it. It was Jill, his wife, because don't no woman want to see their boy in prison. I don't give a doggone who it is. I don't care how old he is. You lost one son. My other son is not gonna be in jail. I'm not gonna die and my son be in jail. You better pardon it, boy. And Joe Biden went right along and did it. And I ain't mad at him. And I ain't mad at her. And I ain't mad at him. Shoot. You do it. You get, you know what I'm saying? You keep you in position of power for a reason. Everybody else taking advantage of it. You do it.
Did anyone else think of that about Nancy Pelosi falling and breaking her hip?
We kid.
You know, we kid. But listen, they're so concerned about his legacy right now, but they continue to diminish it with the student loans, with the pardons and the commutations, with all of these stupid things that they continue to do and say. And the Hunter Biden, you know, I think it was PolitiFact the other day said the lie of the year for 2024 was Trump's and Vance saying that Haitian immigrants were eating pets. Hang on, that's the lie of the year? Not, I will not pardon my son?
No, I don't think Joe Biden lied. I think his wife just changed his mind. And if you had to choose between going home and, going home every day, especially when she's taking care of you. You've already said she's pretty much running everything. So shoot, what you think he was gonna do?
Joe Biden sharp as a tack? That's not the biggest lie of the year. They called the Haitian immigrant lie is so consequential. Like saying that Biden was on his game wasn't consequent. I beg to do. This is a dishonest administration. It has been, and everything around it is.
I'm not suggesting that you know something about revenge, Emily.
It is in my DNA.
Emily. However, this doesn't seem.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this. Notice that it's 4 women on this panel talking, and this guy hasn't said a word yet. The man hasn't said a word yet, but these women, they're talking because they know. Like if you want to know about a woman, you talk to a woman, and if they're honest with you, they'll tell you everything you need to know.
Potentially off base to suggest the anger inside the executive quarters.
And if you take longevity as any indication of actuality, then we've been hearing since before this president was president that Jill Biden had a massive issue, for example, with Kamala Harris, that she carried a chip on her shoulder for the offense that she took on behalf of her husband. That frequently throughout the entire 4 years and prior to that, she took personal hubris at how her husband was treated or things that was said about him. I also think it is no secret that she was the gas behind the vehicle of having him run again. I think that he shoulders a ton of the ego blame, but there was definitely, when you talked about how the agencies can run on their own for quite a while, or at least for some time without truly a leader, I don't know if he would have declared for a second term, frankly. And I think given the volume and energy on her side, it was clear that the gas was coming from her. So yes, makes sense that the anger is shouldered by her as well. And I think, look, we saw all the wearing red. I do think she voted for Trump.
Exactly. Yeah, she wore red on the day that she went and casted a ballot. Coinkydink? Nah, I think not.
She is gleeful that Kamala did not win, as is her husband. They are very happy.
Remember, she essentially ran the last cabinet meeting. And there had to be someone it had to be Jill Biden propping Joe Biden up for the last several years. I sat on this sofa, not last July, but July last year, talking about we could see that he was in cognitive decline. Any American could see what was going on.
And she spent time with him morning, noon, and night. So she knew better than anybody the cognitive decline that we all saw. She knew it better, and she didn't care. Let's think about the rest of Jill Biden's life, though. So she spent the last 4 years, really the last probably 15 years or more, being able to fly around the world, being greeted as some kind of an honorable figure, which she still is. She's going to be a former first lady, but she's
Your fingernails don't match.
A meal ticket with the Biden family, business, whatever that entails, right? We'll probably never know. But think about the rest of her life. She's going to be pushing probably Joe Biden around in a wheelchair, having to tend to his needs. She's not going to have the fanfare. She is angry, not at the Democrats.
She ain't got to push him around. You got Secret Service and maids and nurses are going to take care of that. She ain't got to worry about that. Is Jimmy Carter still alive? Huh. Just wondering.
Party. She's angry that this is over for her, and she's bitter about it. I watch enough Real Housewives to know exactly what Jill Biden
No,
is
it's not
feeling
over
right
for her, man. They said for life.
now. And it's the hatred of the fact that all of her glamour and esteem is slowly trickling away, and she's not going to go out without making some waves.
And guess who the soon to be former first family might have to live with in Delaware? Hunter.
Yikes. Well,
Party at their house.
I'd be bitter.
any street cop will tell you, I'm glad you guys came to me last, because any street cop will tell you, it's a lot easier to get in the middle of two guys fighting than two women fighting. And apparently Jill really has it in for Nancy. Well, my question is this. They want to burn the whole thing down. I want details. Burn what down? You lost the House, you lost the Senate, you lost the president. There's nothing left to burn. You know, the sinking ship. Right now, the USS...
Embers. She want to make sure every last ember is out. Everything. Like charcoal, ash, no matter what. When you got one coal, half a coal left, you can't cook nothing, but you make sure that sun gone. You leave that top open and make sure the oxygen gets in and burns it down.
Democratic Party has slipped beneath the waves. There's nothing really left here. So I don't know where all this is coming from. And it scans to me like a fight in the day room of an old age home.
Oh,
I mean, really, what are they fighting about? Pelosi, Jill Biden, retire already.
A lot of shin kicking.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagna.
Yeah, I believe that she behind it. That woman is bitter, and ain't nothing y'all gonna do until they get out of office to stop her. So Joe Biden is still remember, I tell y'all, Joe Biden is still president. That cat still got little less than about a month ago. Shoot, he still can make waves. What he talking about? This cat talking about pardoning his son. This dude talking about pardoning this woman called a Black Widow who like 3 of her husbands died. She got convicted of that. He talking about pardoning somebody on death row. He what else? It was somebody else he was talking about pardon. Oh, he pardoned a judge that was sending like keeping little juveniles in detention so they can make money for the prisons. He trying to pardon that dude trying to piss off everybody. Or his wife or whoever trying to piss off everybody. So man, this is gonna be an interesting last, 3-4 weeks before he's up out of there. Can't wait. Can't wait. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below, share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you nothing but maybe a couple minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here. And if you want to support the channel, you can give super thanks, super chats, super stickers, or go to the link, go to the description box below. The links there you can click on and help support us there. With that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.